action.
Okay, so pull the cover plates off. They look identical. I don't see any difference. So they copied that pretty good. Now we'll look at the gears. Weigh them. 318 grams for the milling. And then for the E-bay, we've got 268 grams. So these here are 10.4. That's the outer ring is 10.4. And the inner ring is 10.6. And we'll double check the outer ring. Yeah, 10.5. I guess it depends where you measure. 10.5. 10.5. Hey, those are 10.5. This is 12.5. Okay, so that thicker ring is going to move more oil. This is a high volume pump. The other one isn't. 12.5. So there's 2 millimeters difference between the two. Milling 12.5 thickness. And the other one was 10.5. The E-bay? Yeah, I think it was 10.5. So already we know that the this one, the E-bay pump, is not going to move as much oil as the milling one. I didn't bring my Allen wrench, so we're not going to be able to take the plunger apart and check the spring. But that's something you can either shim it, make it higher pressure, or whatever you want to do with that. I'm not going to mess with that. Factory oil pressure is fine. As far as the inside goes, other than this damn dent here on the milling, I don't know what that's doing there. I don't see much difference. No, wait a minute. Again, the same. Well, here's a problem. Here's a big difference. Okay, so this is your overpressure control spring that opens a plunger. The oil pressure pushes down a plunger when the oil pressure gets too high. And then that gets fed back into this channel. Gets fed back into this channel, back into the pump. The spring contracts, and you can see the silver, the plunger right there. You see it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this oil pump doesn't even have a hole that you can, that this thing will even get to, unless it's doing it through there. Let me see. Let me see. So, okay, there's the hole right there. That's how they're doing it on this one. So is there, yeah, there's a plunger. Okay, so that's a major design difference. So instead of the pressure release valve, I still don't see how that works. Okay, that's where the oil goes out. How does the oil go out? There's no hole for it to go out. How does this thing even work? I mean, there's no hole. That's where the damn oil has to go out. Right there. That goes to the block. This, it's got a hole for the block, but there's no hole for the oil to go out to it. So it would have to come in here, and I don't see, this thing can't work. I don't see how this would even work. Somebody could explain it to me, but without that hole there to pump oil to the block, I don't see how this thing even works. Because it has to push down on the plunger. And you can't push sideways on the plunger and have the oil come in through there. I wouldn't think. This is the pickup tube. I guess you could drill a hole here, make it work. I don't know. Does this thing have a port? So that goes out there. And it's got a port that goes into the spring. I don't see how this thing could work. Somebody'd have to explain that to me. Right there. There has to be a hole there. All right, well, we're done.